everyone, welcome to another video. As you can see, I'm pretty casual today. It's going to be a bit different. So my missus has banned me from riding the bike pre-wedding now, so therefore I thought I'd just give you a rundown of my rig. A few of you asked what I've got, what components I've got on it and what bike it is. I'll start by giving you a little bit of a background story. So back in 2019 I was just on like a hardtail leisure bike, but I wanted to get a bit more into it. I've always wanted a full sus bike, and then finally the time came. Obviously Santa Cruz for a lot of people, including me, was like a dream bike. I never buy bikes brand new because they just devalue so quick. As soon as the next year's models come out, the values start coming right down. So this is a 2018 Santa Cruz Bronson CC. I bought it on eBay, and I'll tell you how much I paid for it later, but essentially the guy who owned it before me had taken the components off of a Nomad. So some of the things aren't quite right for the bike. For example, the forks, they're 170 mils. This is meant to be a maximum 150 to 160 mil fork. It doesn't bother me. It makes the head angle slightly slacker and it takes big old hits. So I'm more than happy with it. So guys, I'll give you a quick run through from front to back. We're running Fox 36 factory forks, 170 mil, slightly too big for the bike. I don't mind, gives me a slightly slacker head angle, makes the bike a little bit more aggressive. The frame hasn't snapped yet, so that's good with me. Hope headset, the previous owner kitted this all out with Hope everything. I haven't put many of the components on, this is how I bought it. So Hope headset, Hope stem, Hope Tech 3 brakes, Hope Tech E4 calipers. Something else with the fork as well, it's the older RC2 damper. The thing is, I'm not competitive enough to know what a Fit 4 would do for me over an RC2, so it doesn't really make a difference. Just grab you for a closer look. So you've got the Tech 3 levers, the Hope stem, got some race face carbon bars, I think they're called 6.6. The brake calipers, Tech E4, running Hope Tech 35W wheels. They're now called the Fortis 35. Hope did tell me they're exactly the same as the new Fortis 35. Maxxis Minion DHF on the front, Maxxis Minion DHR on the rear. As you come round, we've got the Hope stem, carbon spacers. Out front we've got a P&W loam lever dropper post release thing. It just feels nice and matches the theme of the bike. That is something I'll admit I put on. Background here again, we've got the filthy XTR shifter. If you come from this angle, you'll see it's got carbon lever. So that's going to make me so much faster, the Go Faster carbon. Rear shock, we're running a Fox DPX2 Kashima Boy. That's got open, like pro pedal sort of thing, and a full lockout. That's actually broken. It's all super squelchy now, I need to get it serviced. And then we're looking at a Hope seat clamp. And this is, I put this on, it had a dropper post on it, but it was too short for my height and I wanted to be able to slam it right down. So this is when the 175mm dropper post basically just first came out, when they first hit the market. It's actually an unbranded one from Chain Reaction Cycles. I think it was quite cheap at the time, maybe like £90. Never had a problem with it, had it for 5 years. And when it gets a bit lazy, you can pump it back up. Got a DMR Oi Oi saddle, doing all right. Let's have 5 years of pounding, shall we say. And that, while I mentioned the saddle, that brings me on to the grips. Brendog Death Grips, I think they are, from DMR. They lock on. They're doing pretty well as well. I do like them. Then, as we come down here, I'm running Shimano XTR crank set. Again, this came with the bike. I put the overall chainring on last year. The gear train had run its life, so I thought I'd try an oval. Always saw the videos online, always wanted one, so went with that. If you're someone who knows these cranks, you'll know that the coating comes straight off. However, the previous owner put like Invisiframe on the cranks, so that's why you can still see the XTR, because normally this goes completely silver. I'm running the Hope F20 pedals. I do like them, super grippy. I've never slipped on them, touch wood. And then moving further to the back, XTR derailleur. a Shimano XT cassette with an 11 to 42 tooth sprocket set. The XTR one's just so expensive, and I'm no racer or anything, so that's fine with me. Again, on the back, you're looking at a Hope Tech 35W wheel. I'm running muck-off valves, muck-off tubeless kits, rim tape, etc. And again, we've got an E4 Hope brake. A few of my favourite bits on the bike. Brakes, fantastic. I think if I get any other bike, these will go straight on. The bad points, I'd probably say 11-speed gear train. This day and age, a 12-speed would be nice. However, the difference in price to swap all my XTR stuff, even for like the next XT group set, it just isn't viable for me. At the end of the day, I just need to push a little harder, so be it. The future plans for the bike, realistically, I'm just going to keep this going, and eventually I want to get the Amflow e-bike, the silver one, so not the top of the line one, but the one down. Going to see if I can pick one of those up maybe towards the end of the year. And I know a few of you probably want to know, what did this beast cost me? Because back in 2018, when this frame was released, that frame would have cost £3,200. So I bought the whole bike in 2019 in winter, a little bit less demand. It was before all the COVID tax hit. I ended up picking up the whole bike for £2,300. So it's a lot of money, but if you had spec'd this from the factory with the XTR gear train, the CC frame, the guy before me actually put all custom decals. Underneath this orange sticker is actually the dark red colour, which came out for that model year. So a lot of people look at it and just don't know what year or what frame this is. The guy who also owned it Invisi-framed the whole thing, and basically there wasn't anything else I could possibly want on my dream bike. So yeah, I'm sure a few of you want to know what I've been tearing around the woods on, and this is it. Like I say, I've had it now, bought it in the end of 2019, had it now 6 years, and I haven't wanted any other bike. It's just been solid. In terms of things going wrong with it, just the gear train's worn out, but that's fairly standard. The shock's blown up after 5 years of being hammered, so can I really complain about that? Probably not. And if I do get an e-bike, this probably will be for sale. So if anyone does have any interest or wants me to get in touch when the time's right, let me know. I know that video is a little bit different to normal. There's no action, but I have had at least one comment saying, what bike do you ride? So there you have it, my 2018 Santa Cruz Bronson CC, all the XTR bits, all the Kashima bits, all the Hope trimmings. Someone spent a fortune on it so I could enjoy it. What more could you want? Anyway, it's golden hour here in the forest. I'm in a pretty cool location. I'm outside the official Swinley Forest. This is an old military bunker, if you couldn't tell from the video. Should be able to get some cool shots with the drone. I brought it with me because I'm not sending today, so let's see what we get. Another cool thing, when I came to the forest at the weekend, I brought my drone with me again and did a little bit of spying in the woods. Turns out the bikini line's open. So as soon as I'm married and I'm back from my honeymoon, I'll be back sending it again. Hopefully you'll get a bit of a group ride in because I know it's a bit more exciting, probably more interesting to watch. Free Wi-Fi. Airbnb.